What's going on, everybody? Kalipis Tech here, coming back at you with another video. This is tips, tricks, and cool features for the TCL 20XE. In this video, I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks for this phone that you might not know about. Now, before we go any further, I do want to remind you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you want to learn more about this phone, be sure to check out my full review of it as well. But with that being said, let's get started. So the first thing I want to show you for this phone is a feature called adaptive brightness. As the name suggests, this is basically going to adjust the brightness of the display based on your environment. So if you're in a well-lit area or maybe direct sunlight, it's going to brighten up the display so it's easier to see. But if you're in a darker area where it doesn't need to be as bright, it's going to adjust the display accordingly. This is both going to help save battery and make it a little bit easier on your eyes as well. So to turn on this feature, we're going to go to Settings. From here, go to Display, and Adaptive Brightness is right here. As you can see, it's not on by default, but if you toggle it on, it's going to be effective immediately. The next thing I want to show you is an alternate way to take a screenshot. Now this feature is on by default, but in case for whatever reason it's not on your phone, I'm going to show you where to go to turn it on. So we're going to go back to the Settings menu. From here, go to Buttons and Gestures. Go to Gestures. And where it says 3-finger screenshot, make sure this is toggled on. It should be on by default, but if for whatever reason it's not on your phone, this is where it's going to be. So with this feature, it's pretty cool. All you need to do to take a screenshot is put 3 fingers on your screen and swipe down like this. And there we go, the screenshot is up. Sure, pressing the buttons is easy enough, but 3-finger screenshot can be a little faster and more convenient. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to change your battery percentage on your status bar. So as you can see it right here, the battery percentage is in the little battery icon, which is pretty cool in my opinion, but you can also change it to have the percentage right next to the icon or hide it altogether. So to do this, we're going to go to Settings, go to Notifications, go to Display, go to Status Bar, and go to battery percentage right here. As you can see, we got 3 options. You can have it not show at all, inside battery icon, which it is by default, or put it next to the icon. The next thing I'm going to show you is a quick way to get to your camera. Now, if you're on your home screen like I am right now, this isn't going to make that much of a difference since all you need to do is just hit your camera app. But say you're doing something else on your phone, like you're on Instagram or something like that, and you want to capture something really quickly. Well, all you need to do is double tap the power key like this. And as you can see, the camera is opened right up, giving you real quick and easy access. Another cool thing about this feature is it's actually enabled by default, so you don't even need to do anything. All you need to do is double tap the power key, and no matter where you are on your phone, it's going to open the camera right up. The next thing I'm going to show you is a feature called one-handed mode. Basically what this feature does is shrinks your display down to a size where you can use it with one hand. So if you only have one hand available, under normal circumstances, if you're trying to do something where you have to reach all the way to the other side of your display, like this, you could potentially run the risk of dropping your phone, but with one-handed mode, it's going to shrink all of this down so you don't need to be in that risky position. Now with some phones, at least the ones that actually have this feature, turning on one-handed mode can be a little complicated, but with the TCL 20XE, it's actually a lot easier. All you need to do is open your quick menu like this, and one-handed mode is going to be right here. As you can see, we're now in one-handed mode, and you can move the display to the other side just by hitting this button. So here we are, and with this shrunken kind of display here, you can use the phone basically just like normal. So this is great if you need to check your text, go through an app or something like that, and maybe you're holding something with your other hand. In that situation, one-handed mode makes using your phone a lot safer. You can also change some settings right here. You can change how it's activated and the size of the display as well. Now, when you're done with one-handed mode, it's really simple to get out of it. All you need to do is press anywhere outside the actual display, and it's going to go right back to normal. The next thing I'm going to show you is some additional lock screen settings. So if we go back to our settings menu, go to home screen and lock screen, and we're going to get a few different options here. The first thing is the lock screen style. Now by default, this is going to be the TCL style, which I personally really like a lot. But if you want more of a classic Android look, you can also change it to classic. The next thing is the notifications that show up on the lock screen. So if we go here, you're going to have the option to hide notifications from your lock screen. The other thing we have here that's really cool is the lock screen shortcut. So if we go here, there are basically going to be 2 different shortcuts that show up on your lock screen by default. And in case you missed it during this video, let me show you. So as you can see right here, we have the phone icon right here and the camera as well. So you can get to these features really quickly without even unlocking your phone. Now you can also change them. So if, for example, we go to left shortcut, there's a list of several different features you can use. And of course, you can do the same thing with the right shortcut. So you can really personalize this to give yourself easy access to features that you use often. And the last thing we have here is the lock screen message. Now, as you can probably imagine, the lock screen message is literally a message that shows up on your lock screen. So for example, and now if we go to the lock screen, you're gonna see this little message right here. This is really cool. Not a whole lot of phones have this feature, and it really allows you to personalize your phone and make it even more your own. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to use the power button to end calls. By default, it doesn't work like this, but you can set it up to if you want. So to do this, we're going to go to settings. From here, go to buttons and gestures. Go to power key. And right here where it says power button ends call, you're going to want to toggle this on. And now whenever you're talking on the phone and you want to hang up, all you need to do is press the power key and it's going to end the call. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to change your color mode. So to do this, we're going to go to settings once more, go to the next vision tab, and you can see a few options here. Image enhancement by default is going to be on, and that's basically, as the name suggests, more or less going to enhance the image on your screen. So this makes it great for content consumption and stuff like that. It's going to make the colors, details, everything look a little bit sharper and more saturated. But if you don't want it on for some reason, you can always turn it off and things are going to show up more naturally. In addition to this, you can also change the color mode. So if we go here, by default, it is going to be set to vivid, but you can also use natural, or you can go to advanced and change the warm cold balance yourself. You can also go to RGB if you really want to get particular with it and customize the colors even more. Now with me personally, I leave it on vivid, but feel free to play around with it and find the settings that you like the best. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to create a screen recording. This is a real easy thing to do, pretty much just as easy as screenshots. All you need to do is open your quick menu, and screen recorder is right here. Now, it might not be in the same exact spot for you, but just know that the screen recorder by default is going to be somewhere in your quick menu. What you're going to want to do now is tap on the icon. There's going to be a little countdown, and when it's over, the screen recording is going to start. As you can see, it is recording right now, and when you're done, go ahead and hit the stop button. And now the screen recording is going to be saved right to your photos. You can also see it in your notification center, and if you want to delete it, you can do that too. Now you can also customize some settings for screen recordings by going to Settings, Advanced Features, Screen Recorder, and as you can see, by default, it is going to be in 720p because that is the resolution of the display, but you can also change it to 480p if you want. As far as the sound goes, by default, it's going to record from the microphone, so basically your voice, but you can also mute it. In addition to this, touch interactions, basically whenever you put your finger on the screen, are going to be recorded when you create a screen recording, but you can also turn it off so they don't show up. Now the last thing I'm going to show you is a feature called Pocket Mode. Now in this day and age, phones with buttons are getting fewer and fewer as time goes on. So the idea of pocket dialing and stuff like that really is more or less a thing of the past. But regardless, things still happen sometimes when your phone is in your pocket. So to avoid accidental touches and stuff like that, there is a feature on this phone called Pocket Mode. So to get to it, we're going to go to Settings, go down to Accessibility, go to Advanced, and Pocket Mode is right here. So once you turn this on, it's going to enable Pocket Mode, and this is going to help prevent you from accidentally activating something when the phone is in your pocket. This is especially useful if you have your screen timeout time set to a really long time, like 30 minutes or maybe never, because it's always possible that you might forget to lock your screen and then put it in your pocket, and that's where the accidents really start to happen. But those were my tips, tricks, and cool features for the TCL 20XC. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you found this information useful as well. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And again, if you want to learn more about this phone, be sure to check out my full review of it and the beginner's guide as well. But that's it for this video. As always, I will see you in the next one.